Hi everyone, my name is Whitney Price and I'm here with Megan Taylor and we are occupational therapy students from Queen's University. And this is just a short video of different ways you can use technology in lesson planning, specifically for English and social science teachers.
So to start off, we're just going to review some of the tools in the Smart Notebook software. And we just want to emphasize that Smart Notebook is good for creating presentations even if you don't have a smart board. That's because it has a lot of features that are useful for everything. So the first two things I want to show you is how to use the tools to correct grammar in different sentences. And this would be useful so that your notes are in an electronic format that could be shared with all students. So if students have trouble taking down notes in class or just want to pay attention and not be taking notes, they can be posted online later. So I'm just going to use some example sentences that we've created. So to use the first thing I want to show you is how to use the pen tool to mark up sentences. So in the top toolbar here is a set of tools in Smartboard, and right here you can see 3 pens. So you click on that pen tool and your cursor turns into a pen. So this way you could mark up a sentence and just highlight things that need to be edited. So I guess that doesn't need to be changed, but say this one, you could circle and say like that one needs to be lowercase, and we need to insert some punctuation here and capitalize this H and put in some punctuation here. There's also different colors of pens, so you could change it to red if you want to show different things, or blue if you want to highlight something else. The other thing I wanted to show you is how to draw different punctuation and clone them to be used to edit sentences. So I'll just go back to my black pen. So we have this sentence down here. Who got fired? Stacy, said the director. So if we wanted to draw different punctuation using the pen tool, we can create a little clipboard of objects to choose from. Okay. So now to select these objects, we change our tool back to the select tool. And we want to clone these objects so that we can drag them infinitely. So to do that, we click on the object and the right arrow appears in the top right corner. And then we just select Infinite Cloner. And that makes it so that you can take this object and drag it to anywhere on the page. So we're just going to clone all of these. Oops. And sometimes on Smart Notebook things are recognized as one object. So if you want them to be recognized separately, you just click on the top right corner, go to Group, and then Ungroup. Sometimes it separates it a little bit too much, so then you can just select the ones that you want to be grouped together, and then click Group. Okay, so then we're just going to turn all of these into clones. And now we can change this sentence into a different version. So we could go, who got fired? Question mark. Stacy, said the director. Period. Okay, and then So those are just some different ways that you can use Smartboard to edit sentences and then use those and then post them later. Okay, and then the other thing that might be useful in the English and social classroom is embedding videos into your Smart Notebook files. So to do that, there's 3 different ways that I'm going to show you. So I'm going to open a new page here. So the first way is creating an object and then linking a website to that object. So you could do this for a picture or objects that you create or text, anything that you put on there. So I'm just going to, as an example, use we'll just use a heart for now. So I've created this object, and then I go back to my select tool, and then when I click on this object, that right arrow appears again, and then I go to link, and then this address bar pops up, and you can either type in or copy and paste in a link. So I'll just put Google. And then this bottom box here says that you can either have the link as an icon in the corner of the object or the whole object itself. So I'm going to select the whole object and insert the link. So now when I'm presenting this presentation, all I have to do is click on the object and then it will go to Google. Oops. Okay, and then the second way to, access the internet in your Smart Notebook is to embed a browser into the file. So in my toolbar, I have a tool called Internet Browser at the top. If you can't see this tool here, then you can use this little button on the top right to customize your toolbar. So you click that, and then various tools appear. So then you can just find the Internet Browser one and drag it into your toolbar and then drop it there. So I'm going to click Done. So now I click that tool and then a browser appears, and I can use this bottom toolbar to type in whatever address I want. Oops. And then it will actually go to that web page right there. Now we can create this as kind of a home page by pinning it, so that if we continue searching, we can just click the pin and it will return back to this page. So to do that, we just click the pin button down here. And now, say we were searching, I'm just going to choose puppies here, and we were looking at some images or reviewing videos or whatever, and then you wanted to return back to Google, then all you have to do is click this return to pin button here. Good. So if you want to get rid of this browser, it just acts as an object, so you just move your cursor until you find those 4 arrows, click on it, and then either click the delete button here or delete from the corner. Now the last way I'm going to show you is by using a widget which is called a Voki app, which can be downloaded from the Smart Exchange website and imported into your Smart Notebook software. So anytime you import widgets or apps into your Smart Notebook software, it goes into the gallery. So on the left-hand bar here is a little picture of art. Let me click that, and now this is your gallery. Normally this doesn't appear. So in your gallery at the very top is My Content. You click on that. And then below here is Interactive and Multimedia. So you click there. And then here is where my Voki avatar is because I've downloaded it. Now to download it, you actually just go to the Smart Exchange website and search Voki. And that will take you to a web page where you download it, and you can save it to your desktop or your downloads or wherever. And then to get it into your Smart Notebook software, you come to My Content, click this down arrow here, add to My Content, and then just find it from there. So now that you have your app in your Smart Exchange or Smart Notebook software, you drag it over to the web page, and now all you have to do is go to YouTube or anywhere where you want your video and find the embed code, and then you can paste your embed code there and then click go.
So to find the embed code on YouTube, all you have to do is go to whichever video you would like, scroll down below the video, and there's an option you can click where it says share. So right beside where it says about, there's an option to click share. So once you click share, there are a couple different options to choose, and you click the embed option, and that will give you a code that looks just like the one Megan posted in there, and that will bring your video up.
I'm sorry we can't show it because we can't access YouTube here. So now that our embedded video is in our Smart Notebook or file, in order to display it full screen, you just double click it and it will go into full screen mode and play from there. So, and then to exit out of there, you just click escape. And again, this acts as an object, so you can click on it and delete it this way. All right. The next thing that and then the last thing that Smart Notebook software can be good for is using what's called Smart Ideas for concept mapping. So this is a tool that comes with the Smart Notebook software, and it is good for creating mind maps and organizing concepts and ideas. So you can just find that within your Smart Notebook tools. So now we're going to move on to some applications and websites that we think would be useful. So the first thing we'd like to show you is an app for your computer called Reflector. And this can be used on either a Mac or PC and downloaded you can just Google Reflector.
Yeah, and it's $12.99 for the application for a single license. So once you download the app, it's just one fee, and then you can use it as much as you want.
So this app allows you to display anything from your Apple products onto your computer. So your iPhone, iPad, iTouch. It doesn't matter if your computer is Mac, but it just has to be the device that's Mac. I'm going to open my Reflector app and then connect my phone.
So one thing to keep in mind is that your computer and whatever device you want to connect has to be connected to the same Wi-Fi network for it to work. So all I have to do on my device to connect it is swipe up from the bottom, and then it'll be an option for AirPlay. So I'm going to choose AirPlay, and then it will give me my computer will show up, my computer name will show up. So I'm going to connect that in my phone. So you can see here that my computer's named Whitney Price, so I connect there, and my phone will come up. So the application we wanted to show you is called Book Leveler. So this is an application I have on my phone, and basically what it does is it acts as a scanner for any ISBN barcode that you can find. So what it does is it tells you the reading level of the book. So if you're working with a student and you want to make sure that they're reading a book at an appropriate level, either that's not too easy for them or not too hard, then this is a great app just to have handy. So Megan has brought me a couple books to try out, so I'm going to press scan. I just go to the back of the book to the ISBN barcode. And not every book is in here, so this book doesn't show up, but I can search for the title. So she brought me another book that we'll try and see if it shows up with The Kite Runner. And so this is there, but it hasn't been rated. So typically, if you find most books, it will tell you the reading level, so the A to Z reading level. So it's pretty neat. And you can also add that yourself, like you can assign a reading level to a book so that it's in your library. So I'm just going to end the connection with my phone.
So the next thing that we found is a site called LibriVox, and this is just a site for free audiobooks that you can go to. So it's just LibriVox.org, and it's just a free public domain of audiobooks. So this would be a good option to give your students who might want to have audio to read along with, or just to read using audio. The other thing we found is Project Gutenberg, which is a free website for free ebooks. So that's just Gutenberg.org, and you can just search different websites on here. So this way your students could use their own devices to read online, and any software like Kurzweil or WordQ. The last part of our presentation, we're just going to talk a little bit about using social media in the English and social classroom. So there's a lot of things that students are using every day that are good tools for education as well. So we found this website that explains different ways to use social media. So it's just classroom-aid.com, and it just shows 25 ways and 40 examples of using social media to enhance learning. It's a really great resource we found. And one of the things on there that was highlighted is Twitter. So these are the different ways that they suggest using Twitter in the classroom. So you can follow other teachers or classrooms around the world and to get new ideas for teaching, or also to connect with other teachers and parents to build a community. You can create a feed for your classroom so you can talk about upcoming events or assignments, or you can use it to post material. Some teachers also create hashtags in order to organize their content. Another thing that some teachers are doing is using Instagram for their students. So just a creative way for reminders that you want to do. So there's a couple examples here.
That's a kind of a neat way to infiltrate something that the students are already using. So if the students are on Instagram all day, every day, and they're following your teacher account and you post a reminder, it's a way to that you make sure that they're going to see the reminder because you know that they're checking Instagram frequently anyway.
And then the last example we just wanted to include is just an example of a Twitter account from a principal in Brooklyn, New York. So this is a principal who uses Twitter to keep his students and parents updated on what's going on at the school. So he's puts different posts up and links it to other resources. So that kind of concludes our presentation today. I hope it was useful. All the links that we provided or all the links that we talked about are going to be provided in a handout that supplements this presentation.
Thanks for your time, guys.